Hello everybody, hello again. We're here today to speak about an abbey. Its name is Abbazia di Santa Maria di Cerrate. It is a very nice abbey close to Lecce in the south of Puglia, and it is located in the countryside in a peaceful place, and there is a legend about the construction of this abbey. And according to the legend, the King Tancredi of Altavilla, who was the count of the place in the early Middle Ages, had a vision during a hunting trip, and he saw the Virgin Mary between the horns of a deer he was chasing. And so he went on chasing the deer, and the deer led him to a grotto, sort of cave of cavern, and so he decided to build an abbey and dedicate it to the Virgin. But the abbey seems to be even older than Tancredi, because it's likely it was first built in the 11th century and owned by some Greek monks coming from Constantinople. And then in 1531 it was given to the Hospital of the Incurables of Naples. But then it was occupied and destroyed by the Turks, and nowadays it was entrusted to the care of FAI, F-A-I, which means the Italian Environment Fund, and it has been completely renovated, restored, and it is visible to tourists. Anyhow, in its golden period, that is in the early Middle Ages, the abbey became a very important center not only for prayers but also for agriculture and production of fruit, olives and olive oil. The monks had a mill, they had a well, they kept animals and gave support to local peasants. Today the abbey can be visited, as I told you. It can be visited again and represents a splendid example of Apulian Romanesque architecture. The church has an asymmetrical facade with a series of elegant small arches. It is asymmetrical because there is a portico on one side, as you can see here, and the facade has also a small rose window. The portal belongs to the 13th century, and it is decorated with scenes from the Gospels, such as the Annunciation of the Virgin, the visit to St. Elizabeth, the Magi, I have to take it out, okay, and the flight to Egypt. Along the side of the church, as I told you, there is this wonderful portico, also dating back to the 13th century, and the columns are thin. The small columns are thin and high in order to get more light and to give the idea of height. In front of the portico there is this ornamental well belonging to the 16th century. By the way, the most relevant elements of the church are its frescoes, the frescoes we can find inside the church. As in spite of being very deteriorated, they are a sort of unicum in the Byzantine world because of the subjects, the colors and the style. So let's have a look at them. The church is divided into 3 aisles, and over the main altar there is a sort of canopy, which belongs to the 13th century, and over the altar there is the so-called Pantocrator Christ, a sort of triumphant Christ, which is typical of Greek Orthodox religion. In the frescoes we can see some bishops, the Annunciation to the Virgin. This is hunting scenes, saints, the Sleeping Mary, and this is the Mary with the baby, and this is Saint Anthony and Saint Basil. There is also this fresco, which is very particular because it is called the puzzled fresco, because it was created in the 15th century by using pieces of previous frescoes they found. They were gathered and put together in this sort of puzzled fresco. At the first floor you can find a room for tourists to rest, and of course there is the tourist shop. And this is me saying goodbye to you. I hope you enjoyed your video. In this photo I look a bit thoughtful, don't know why. Maybe it is that the weather was too sunny. Anyhow, see you next time, bye bye.